It's 2026, and somehow Mikey Williams is back. Yeah, that Mikey Williams, the kid who blew up the internet before he even had his license. The same name that once felt bigger than college basketball itself. The same player people labeled as washed, overhyped, or just another mixtape fantasy. And yet, here we are again. Because during the 2025-26 season, while most folks weren't even looking, Mikey quietly flipped the script, transferring to Sacramento State, taking on real minutes and actually balling out. Not for fame, not for likes, not for nostalgia, but for the love of the game. Real effort, real buckets, real leadership. This ain't some pity comeback or remember when story. This is college basketball's Mikey Williams problem. The player everyone buried too early is suddenly forcing people to ask the question they never thought they would. What if the hype was wrong, but the talent was always real? Let's break down how Mikey Williams went from viral headline to legit college hooper and why his comeback means more than anyone expected. Because his story? It's one of the wildest journeys modern basketball has ever seen. At one point, Mikey wasn't just a five-star recruit, he was the most famous high school hooper in America. Millions of views, celebrity shout-outs, NBA stars dropping comments under his highlights like, "This kid's next." People weren't wondering if he'd go pro, they were arguing about how big he'd be when he got there. Then came the first major plot twist. Mikey committed to Memphis, a school built for stars, led by Penny Hardaway, known for producing NBA guards and national attention. On paper, it looked perfect. Bright lights, huge expectations, and everything lined up for a smooth rise. But he never played a single minute there, not one. Before his college career could even begin, old legal issues from his high school days came crashing down and completely derailed everything. Games turned into court hearings, practices turned into doubts, and just like that, the story flipped upside down. The hype didn't vanish, it rotted. Suddenly, Mikey wasn't the face of basketball's future anymore. He was painted as a gamble, a distraction, a what not to do warning. The same internet that crowned him was now waiting for his downfall. Eventually, after all the dust settled, Mikey landed at UCF. For most people, that was supposed to be his fresh start, a quiet chapter far from the spotlight. But nobody realized the story was only getting started. New school, new conference, clean slate. Sounds like the perfect restart, right? But reality at UCF hit hard. Mikey wasn't that guy anymore. He averaged just 5.1 points per game, barely got minutes, and never found his spot in the offense. The flashes were still there, the tough step backs, the confident pull-ups, that signature swagger. But flashes alone don't silence doubt. And those doubts, they came quick and loud. Critics said his handle wasn't tight enough to run the show. His shot selection looked shaky, his efficiency was slipping, and physically, he didn't dominate defenders the way everyone expected him to. Without that massive hype bubble protecting him, people started saying what they'd always whispered. Was he just a mixtape? Did the fame come before the fundamentals? Another viral prodigy who peaked at 16? The internet had its verdict locked in. Mikey Williams wasn't the future anymore. He was a what if, a cautionary tale, a name tossed around in conversations about overhyped recruits. And that's when most fans tuned out, which makes what happened next even crazier. Spring 2025. Mikey transfers to Sacramento State, a mid-major in the big sky that lives far, far away from ESPN countdowns or national buzz. No Penny Hardaway, no cameras, no viral circus, just hoop. For the first time in his entire basketball life, Mikey Williams wasn't the brand, the headline, or the controversy. He was just another guard grinding for minutes. No hype shield, no excuses, just the work. And then something clicked. Once the noise disappeared, the basketball started speaking louder than ever. Suddenly, that fire people thought burned out was back, and this time it was real. Fast forward to the 2025-26 season, and the story completely flips. At Sacramento State, Mikey isn't some role player hidden on the bench. He's the guy. No waiting for garbage time, no surviving off reputation. He's running the whole offense. Through the early stretch of the season, Mikey's lighting it up, leading Sacramento State in scoring and creating plays left and right, averaging around 17 points and nearly 5 assists a night, pulling heavy minutes, over 35 a game. The same kid everyone wrote off, he's carrying a team now. That alone says it all. The trust is real. This isn't some coach experimenting to see what sticks. This is a coach straight up saying, "You're our guy." And the jump from UCF to now, man, it's not just noticeable, it's dramatic. At UCF, Mikey drifted in and out of games trying to find a rhythm, but at Sacramento State, the ball finds him. He's the one bringing it up, setting plays, calling actions, and reading defenses instead of chilling in the corner waiting for a touch. The biggest shift, he's finally playing with purpose. This season, Mikey's attacking defenders like he's got something to prove. No more settling for lazy jumpers. He's hunting mismatches, breaking down defenses, and forcing rotations. When the defense collapses, that's when the assists start piling up. He's not just taking tough shots anymore, he's creating them. And when he heats up, it's like a flashback to the viral days, but now it's earned. He's already had multiple big-time scoring nights, including a career-high 34-point explosion in Big Sky play, one of the most electric scoring games Sacramento State has seen all season. And these weren't just empty stats from some random non-conference blowout. These were clutch, we-need-this-now buckets, game-saving shots, close-it-out shots, straight-up give-me-the-ball-again buckets. What's wild is how much more poised he looks under pressure. You can see it on film. Defenders can't just camp on his jumper anymore because now he's driving, attacking closeouts, and forcing contact. He's getting to the line, drawing fouls, and when the help defense slides over, he's dropping the simple, smart pass that used to be missing from his game. It's like he's finally trusting the flow instead of fighting it.
Now, is he perfect? Not yet. His efficiency still wobbles from game to game. His three-point shot isn't elite, and he's not exactly a lockdown defender. But this version of Mikey Williams, it's real. No filters, no internet buzz, no mixtape smoke and mirrors. Just a college guard putting in heavy minutes, carrying real responsibility, and producing under pressure. And that's the part the world isn't ready for. Because when the same player everyone called overhyped starts putting up real numbers in real games with real defensive attention, the whole narrative gets flipped on its head. This comeback isn't about stardom or some guaranteed NBA spot. It's about something way more uncomfortable for the critics: legitimacy. This season means everything for Mikey Williams, and not just because of the stats, though those numbers are wild. The growth is real, and there's no ignoring it. Mikey hasn't just improved a little since UCF, he's leveled up completely. We're talking about a full transformation, from a low-usage, limited-minutes role player to a guard putting up 17 points and 5 assists a night while logging over 35 minutes per game. That's not normal progress, that's a full career revival, especially for a player everyone had already stamped as done. That kind of leap proves something serious. Mikey can handle volume, attention, and the weight of being the focal point on every scouting report. At UCF, he was reacting to the flow. At Sacramento State, he's controlling it. He's dictating pace, reading defenses, and setting the tone. That's the mark of a real floor general, not a viral player chasing highlight clips. Then there's the trust factor, and trust is everything. Sacramento State didn't give him this role because of his name or his past fame. They gave it to him because they needed him. He's a full-time starter, the primary ball handler when the shot clock's dying, and the go-to guy when the game gets tight. That kind of responsibility doesn't come easy. It's earned. And that matters because pro scouts don't just look for flashy talent, they look for context. They want to see what a player does when defenses trap him, when fatigue kicks in, when the entire game plan is built around stopping him. And Mikey, he hasn't folded. He's still taking the toughest shots, still running the offense, still making sharp reads when everything's on the line. That's the kind of usage that translates to higher levels, whether it's overseas, in the G League, or grinding for a shot at the NBA. He's proving he can thrive when the pressure's real and the margin for error disappears. And this is where the redemption story turns real. For years, Mikey's highlights were louder than his actual impact. The mixtapes were fire, but the results didn't match. Now, it's different. When he scores, it's tied to real basketball moments, off-ball screens, late clock isolations, downhill drives, and kickouts to open shooters. The flash finally matches the substance, and the hype finally lines up with the production. Now his highlights actually come from his role, not in spite of it. And that's the biggest difference this time around. This version of Mikey Williams isn't out here trying to look like a star. He's trying to be effective. Every move has purpose now. Every bucket fits the game plan, which leads to the question college basketball can't dodge anymore. Is there really a path forward for Mikey Williams? Not as a lottery pick or some franchise savior, but as a professional hooper. Because guards who can score, create, and handle the weight of running an offense always get looks, especially when they show real growth, maturity, and adaptability. Maybe that road leads overseas. Maybe it's the G League grind. Maybe it's a two-way contract down the line. But for the first time since his viral high school days, Mikey's name is being brought up in basketball terms again. Not in memes, not in controversy, not in what went wrong threads. And that alone makes this season different. He's not living off Instagram fame anymore. He's building a resume brick by brick. And that's exactly why this 2025-26 season means so much. It's his foundation year, the proof of concept. If Mikey really wants a shot, a real shot at eventually finding an NBA path, it's going to be an uphill climb, but it's not impossible. And here's the truth. It doesn't start with the draft. It starts with proof. Proof that he can do it at a higher level. Right now, he's handling the hardest part, producing while carrying a huge load. But he's doing it at a mid-major school, and that's where the next big test comes in. NBA scouts always ask one thing: can it translate? Can that same energy hold up when the competition gets bigger, faster, stronger? The most realistic next step for Mikey? Transferring to a Power 5 program and keeping this same level of efficiency, maybe even pushing it up a notch. He doesn't need to drop 30 every night to turn into some instant star. What matters is proving the production holds. If he can walk into a Power 5 conference and give you 12 to 15 points a game, solid playmaking, and consistent on-ball defense, that's no longer just a feel-good redemption story. That's a scouting report that demands attention. Because at that level, scouts aren't chasing perfection. They're hunting for skills that scale. Can he defend his position? Can he read the floor when defenses tighten up? Can he knock down open threes at a steady clip? Can he handle real physicality without fading away? If the answer keeps trending towards yes, then Mikey Williams might just pull off the comeback nobody believed in. Not through hype, but through work. Those answers don't have to be elite. They just need to be yes. And that's what people often forget. Players do make the league this way, not as lottery picks, but as fringe prospects grinding their way up. Summer league invites, two-way contracts, G League call-up. That's the real path for hungry guards who know how to hoop within structure and still make an impact. The NBA is filled with guys who didn't dominate college basketball, but proved they could fit, compete, and contribute when the lights got brighter.
If Mikey shows that this Sacramento State version of himself isn't just a one-year miracle, but something that travels to a bigger stage, his name starts creeping back into conversations, not viral ones, not hype-filled debates, but the quiet, serious talks where real careers are built. And if the NBA door doesn't fully open, that doesn't make this a loss, because consistent Power 5 production can still lead to big opportunities overseas in respected international leagues that value scoring guards who know how to carry an offense. That's the real-world truth of modern basketball. The comeback isn't about chasing old hype, it's about earning the next shot. And for the first time in years, Mikey Williams is finally walking a path where that next shot actually makes sense. His resurgence, Honestly, it's one of the coolest storylines in college hoops right now. It's not built on PR or nostalgia, it's built on grind, because Mikey's journey was all about expectations versus reality. For years, he wasn't judged like a normal recruit. He was treated like a prophecy, the next big star, the future face of basketball culture, the can't-miss phenom before he'd even touched the college floor. But when the results didn't match the legend, the internet turned fast. The hype flipped into doubt, the doubt turned into dismissal. And soon, people stopped even checking for him. His name went from trending daily to barely mentioned. Yet, here we are, 2026, and Mikey's rewritten the whole narrative. He's earned his minutes, embraced his role, and delivered production under pressure. No viral circus, no fancy narrative, no excuses, just basketball. He's finally doing what everyone once assumed he couldn't, showing that behind all the noise, there was always a real hooper. And whether his story ends in the NBA, overseas, or somewhere in between, one thing's for sure, Mikey Williams is back in the game, for real this time. This version of Mikey Williams isn't chasing the past, he's building something new. And that's what makes people in college basketball uncomfortable. Because the real issue was never that Mikey was overrated, it's that everyone decided his story was finished before it even had a chance to unfold. In a sport where growth is messy, non-linear, and brutally unforgiving, Mikey's proving that development doesn't always fit the viral timeline people expect. Sometimes the best comeback story isn't about a flashy rise to stardom. It's the slow grind, the steady rebuild that actually sticks. And right now, Mikey Williams is finally becoming exactly what his numbers say he is. Not a myth, not a warning label, but a legit college basketball player. He's earned that label through effort, not hype. So now, the question flips back to you. Do you believe this resurgence is real? Do you think Mikey's got an honest shot at going pro, maybe even cracking an NBA rotation if he keeps leveling up? Or do you think this is just a hot streak waiting to cool off once the stage gets bigger? Because one thing's for sure, this story is going to divide people. Some will see redemption, others will still see risk. But either way, Mikey's forcing the conversation again. And if you love diving into stories like this, the hype, the fall, and the raw reality behind it all, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, because this comeback isn't just entertainment, it's a reminder that every player's story deserves time to unfold.